Hello. Hello. So, today, I'll be reacting to a video by High Risk Chris about his video. We're going to be watching his video called Greenfield Tornado, the strongest winds ever recorded, from 2 days ago. So, go check out his stuff. Go check out his stuff, and you better look at that username. You better look at it, because then you are not the type of people I want watching this video, understood? Also, I like this top comment here. Just gonna, I like a bunch of them. Anyway, just gonna, so let's just take it from here. I did have to rewind it by about 20 seconds, so, but, let's start it, yay!
This is not a typical tornado. In minutes, it would grow into this monster. Shred apart wind turbines with ease. Almost hit multiple storm chasers. However, the most remarkable... Shred apart wind turbines with ease. Almost hit multiple...
This shot right here looks like absolute peak. Like, you can just see all the, like, I think those are vertices. If you know more about this stuff, then say it down in the comments. Use timestamps so I know what I said wrong and got wrong. With my banger commentary, but that looks something straight out of a movie, and just wow.
Storm chasers. However, the most remarkable part is, scientists scanning this tornado record some of the fastest winds ever measured on Earth, and this is all happening in a...
That is a good simulation here, and looks like that tornado there is gonna go directly through that town, and because it's called the Greenfield tornado, I'm gonna presume that's town called Greenfield.
Small town in Iowa.
Okay, I didn't mean to call it like that, okay.
It's late May of 2024, and what has already been an active tornado season. A powerful jet streak is about to overspread a region of moist, unstable air, the classic...
So if I'm correct, that red thing that said 500 MB, I think it was jet. I think it said jet, right?
It's late May of 2024, and what has already been an active tornado season.
Yeah, 500 MB jet. That MB stands for millibar, or millibars. And if I'm incorrect on that, then correct me.
A powerful jet streak is about to overspread a region of moist, unstable air, the classic ingredients needed for a severe weather setup. In response to the conditions, meteorologists at the Storm Prediction Center issue a level 4 out of 5 moderate, with a 15% chance of tornadoes in Iowa. While this might seem like a slam dunk tornado setup, there are some uncertainties. Morning storms would cut off the eastward extent of the warm, unstable air, and to the west, a crashing cold front also confines the potential area for tornadoes. But if supercells fire in the right spot, a full-fledged tornado outbreak is possible. After the morning storms pass through the area, the sky clears and the sun begins baking the ground. A narrow corridor in southwest Iowa quickly becomes primed for tornadoes, with the Cape reaching values in excess of 4,000 joules per kilogram.
So, my very bad definition of what Cape is, it's kind of like a potential a type of potential energy. That's what like the PE at the end stands for, I think. I don't really know what the C and A stands for, but I do know that it's like potential energy that can help with starting severe weather.
Or 4 times the energy typically needed to produce
God
tornadoes.
dang!
The wind shear is
That's a
also
lot.
off the charts, with a clockwise curved hodograph that resembles many historic violent tornadoes.
So personally, I don't know how to read many of these graphs, and I probably never will, unless I just decide to learn to when I get bored one night. So I honestly don't know how to read that, and like I've said again, down below in the comments, you can just once again you can correct me and just tell me like, can you just tell me how you tell what that means? Because for me, it's a bunch of colored squiggles. I mean, like lines on a 4 square box.
This much shear in the environment, any tornado that forms would move at almost 60 miles
That's
per
highway
hour,
speed.
making it impossible for storm chasers to keep up with. Regardless, storm chasers and tornado researchers see the unfolding conditions in southwest Iowa and converge on the area. And I just so happen to be one of those chasers, alongside my friend Kelton.
Come on, I know I'm watching a video on tornadoes, but come on.
To be one of those chasers, alongside my friend Kelton.
Yeah, dude, I think that's a storm right there, man.
I agree. It's staying isolated too, which is really good.
While we had a feeling that we'd see some tornadoes this day, we are completely unaware that we're about to chase a record-breaking tornado. By 3:30 in the afternoon, a broken line of supercells crossed the Missouri River into Iowa, and soon, one of the storms is rotating south of Red Oak, Iowa. Storm chaser Egan Young is positioned nearby when he begins recording the rotating supercell.
RFT's wrapping around, it's about to drop.
Hey, oh yeah, look at that.
It's on the ground! It's on the ground! It's on the ground!
Look at that.
The Red Oak tornado does minor damage to a few buildings before lifting, but soon, a second tornado touches down 5 miles to the south.
The tornado that just touched down, it went from a rope into it was starting to get into a more defined shape in between the cone and stovepipe shapes that a bunch of tornadoes use, but it went from, I mean, it was never really ropey-ish, just went instantly to the in-between phase between a cone and a stovepipe shaped thing. I don't know if this is making any sense, but it is to me, so I'm just gonna run with it.
The tornado is racing northeast at nearly 60 miles per hour, and
My-
it's getting stronger
God.
every second. Storm chaser Lincoln Hauser is positioned downstream of the tornado and stops to record as it crosses to his south.
Look at that thing. So all the banging that you're gonna hear that when I unpause the video is from the sheer amounts of hail. You can actually see them on the road there. But just look at that. Just look at that there.
Even though this is not a classic looking tornado, The large rotating mesocyclone has a visible debris cloud directly underneath, and the tornado continues to get stronger with time. To the north, Kelton and I strategically position further downstream because of the fast storm motions. We start to close the gap. Eventually, we have a view of the ongoing tornado.
It's coming right here!
Look at that.
And it's moving towards us at highway speeds, making the situation more and more dangerous with every second that passes.
Look at that thing.
Before I continue, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video, ZocDoc. So,
Oh, come on, man. When you're getting right into the action, I mean, at least be like game theory. I mean, I think it's game theory where they have their sponsors at the very end or like really early into the beginning. Like maybe like 5 minutes in, they're maybe just getting a little started and then they hit you with it. But it's mostly at the end or just way at the beginning. But like, come on, when you're getting right into the action.
I recently got new health insurance, and in the past, this would have been a big deal, especially for finding a new doctor. But now it's across all 50 states, I guarantee the doctor for you is out there. But I think the best part about ZocDoc is that you can see each doctor's availability, so you can schedule an appointment without having to call around, which is extremely frustrating. Try, but if you do, make sure you use my link in the description, ZocDoc.com/high-risk-Chris, or use the QR code on screen. Alright.
After having the video sped up, it now sounds like his voice here is slowed down.
Back to the video.
And it's weird.
It's coming right here!
Look at that.
At the same time, storm chaser Stephen Jones moves in for a close-range intercept.
Look at that there, right there. Classic cone. Also, I'm sorry that I'm pausing the video a bunch, but that's because I have a bunch of things that need to be said, or else I'm gonna end up like throwing myself out my window. Look at all the debris too. Oh my God.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh shit! Right here! Close it! Stop! 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 Man.
Look at all the random pieces of like houses and stuff here. And up here.
Oh shit!
That is such a defined shape, but like when you're so up close to it, of course it's gonna be that defined. It's only like a few hundred. He's only like 500 feet away from that thing, max or something. I mean, I can't tell distance at all, but.
Oh shit!
And look at that. That's like a full-on house. Just like you can see a hold on.
Right here!
You can see a car, tractor, but I presume is a part of a wall. Maybe a part of a bathroom.
Close it! Stop! 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 Man.
That's really bad.
I see it!
If you don't know what a tornado is, if someone doesn't know what a tornado is, just send them this image, and the only caption to it is the tornado did that, and that should give them at least a clue. at least a clue.
While Steven checks the property for Victor.
That shot is just. That. Tornado there. There's a tractor right there, car, truck. When I said it could be a remains of a bathroom, but like, That's what a tornado can do. Some down power lines here. And that is like a default like tornado like stock image type thing. Like, you gotta have respect for storm chasers. Like, they go in like Priuses or like 1998 Toyota Corollas to chase things that can just as easily do that to a house and other buildings. And just a reminder, look at him. Look at look at the name. Look at Steven here. He's still relatively close to the car. Look at that tornado. That's not even it's actively moving away at 60 miles per hour away from the damage it just did to this house. And look how big it is compared to him. Look at that. Look at that. What else am I meant to say? Tornadoes are just huge, and then like the supercell, you can see that just this little top bit here, it's taller than the tornado itself, and that's just to say something about how big these storm systems really are. I'm going into like a full like I forgot what it's called. Someone tell me in the comments. I don't know.
To the north, Kelton and I are still tracking the tornado, which is now taking on a much more classic shape.
It looks like Greenland.
And this is where we make the first big mistake. We are so focused on this tornado, we forget to check radar, which is now showing a new point of rotation on another storm to our south. This rotation rapidly develops into the third tornado of the day. Wyatt Marshall is right next to this new circulation and records the beginning stage of this tornado.
I mean, just looking at it, it could just be covered up by rain and such, but it kind of looks like it's gonna go into like a wedge shape here, but I'm not sure about that.
Looks can be deceiving because this is the tornado.
Oh no. I didn't even look up here. This is the actual tornado. You can see how like the storm itself is feeding into it. That might be the other tornado way off in the distance. Yeah, look, you can kind of see the shape. Or that might be it right there. Kind of hard to tell, but these guys are like a mile apart. And the supercell here, which is the storm system that's creating these tornadoes, they're about like a mile apart or so or something. It's gonna be something like that. Once again, I'm bad with measurements. And you can just see the other tornado way off there in the background as this one
that goes on to break
right
the record for the fastest wind speed ever recorded.
Oh, look at that funnel forming.
Excuse me, what?
Be deceiving because this is the tornado that goes on to break the record for the fastest wind speed ever recorded.
Oh, look at that funnel forming.
That wasn't the tornado in the background. The other tornado in the background. That was actually just dust already getting thrown up when the only visual thing that you can see is still just emerging. It's hard to tell though.
Monica Zamarin is on her way to work when she's overtaken by the tornado.
Oh.
Her vehicle is violently thrown into a ravine and Monica is ejected. The vehicle is reduced to a crumpled ball of metal and Monica is found over 300 yards away. Tragically, Monica is the first victim of this tornado. Back to the north, Kelton and I...
Rest in peace, Monica. When it comes to the death and such, I won't really do any commentary on that. Because, well, that's something that does need to be commentated at all. So just rest in peace.
Are still tracking the other tornado when a pivotal moment takes place. I turn north away from the tornado. However, Kelton continues driving east, completely unaware that another, even stronger tornado is to his south.
Edge with 29. Both units, Kroger on Dixie, 3073 Dixie Highway.
Okay, you don't need the ads, you two.
Tornado is to his south. At the same time, Reed Timmer and his team are closing in on the two tornadoes, live streaming to an audience of over 10,000 viewers.
10,000 is a lot.
Right there. See it? Big tornado.
Reed is positioned right between both tornadoes, but he chooses the southern tornado and begins to close the gap.
All right, we're going in. Big time tornado intercept. Coming right at us, isn't it?
Look at that thing. Oh wait, this is where one of the intro clips came from.
Directly.
There was debris
Gonna miss
too.
the right side. Debris coming down. Boy, the subsonic soon. We get the path of it. Whoa! Wow.
Oh, we gotta go.
Oh my God! It's gonna hit those wind farms.
Look at that. Whoa. Oh. Okay.
The raw
Okay.
power
Wow.
of the tornado can be seen as it shreds apart wind turbines as if they're made of paper. The footage also reveals the inner structure of the tornado, where the broader tornado is composed of
That
smaller subvortices.
insane
And
looking.
even those smaller subvortices are composed of sub-subvortices.
So it's a tornado. So it's tornadoes inside of a tornado. So it's tornadoes inside of tornadoes, which are inside a tornado. That is some tornadoception right there.
This is among the most incredible footage ever captured of a tornado. And the sickening part is that this monster just keeps getting stronger. Reed and his team fall behind because the circulation is moving at more than 60 miles per hour. Meanwhile, to the north, two mobile Doppler trucks positioned to scan the ongoing tornadoes. Dow 6 is positioned near the town.
For those who don't know, Doppler radar is like, oh, I just dropped a toy block in my face. But Doppler radar is radar that basically, I mean, for at least on Dow trucks, it's kind of a mobile radar that can be transported to get live information on the tornadoes. And I don't really know what Dow stands for, but I know the D would have to stand for Doppler. Doppler onboard radar truck. As you can see, radar just right on the back, and that's how that's how some news stations get their radar footage and such. Other than like the main radio things, I don't know what the systems are called, but other than like live radio, have I been I don't. I'm having a brain fart. Okay.
Of Bridgewater, Iowa, and is scanning the tornado as it races northeast, sampling wind speeds well in excess of 200 miles per hour. This is as strong as tornadoes get, and it's showing no signs of weakening. At the same time, Kelton is continuing to drive east to keep up with the storm complex, completely unaware of the monster lurking in the rain.
200
Concerned, I call to check in on him.
Where are you?
I'm just to the southwest of Greenfield.
Oh, southwest of Greenfield?
Yeah.
Be careful, you're a lot closer.
Yeah, no, it's probably right behind me somewhere.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh shit, is that it?
The thing? Oh my god.
Something behind me. Oh my god, that's it. Be careful, dude. Yeah, I'm flooring it.
The tornado misses Kelton by less than a mile. If he had hesitated at any point prior, he would have died.
Dude, that was f***ing close.
On the same road, the tornado completely flattens a farmstead where a family had taken cover in the basement, miraculously surviving with only minor injuries.
That's good, that's good.
After passing behind Kelton, the tornado reaches its peak width at just under 1 mile wide. On its current path, it actually seems like the tornado is going to miss Greenfield to the west. However, at the worst possible moment, the cold front overtakes the tornado, pushing it on a more eastward trajectory, right into the town of Greenfield. The front also cuts off the tornado's inflow in what's called an occlusion process, making the tornado rapidly contract in size. This might seem like a good thing, but due to the conservation of angular momentum, the winds actually become stronger when the tornado shrinks in size, like an ice skater that spins faster as they pull in their arms. Dow 7, operated by Dr. Karen Kasaiba, moves into position on the east side of town and starts scanning the tornado with high-resolution Doppler radar. The team is in an extremely dangerous position, right in the tornado's path, but they hold the line, collecting some of the most incredible radar data ever captured.
Right as it
When the
enters
tornado
town.
enters town, it cuts through one home after the next with ease. Because of the narrow
Right
width and extreme forward
through.
speed, this damage is essentially happening instantaneously.
Right through.
The Doppler on
center.
wheels is still scanning the totally invisible, rain-wrapped tornado. Emitted radar beams intersect the tornado at 100 feet above the ground, effectively capturing an X-ray image of the tornado's winds, and the velocities directly measured by the Dow team are staggering at between 263 to 271 miles per hour.
My god.
These values extrapolate to 309 to 318 miles per hour at the ground.
300?
This is only one of 3 times winds exceeding 300 miles per hour have been measured on Earth, with this being the highest average captured by the team. And tragically, this is all happening in the middle of a small town in Iowa. The tornado races at over 60 miles per hour through town, leaving a narrow but violent scar across Greenfield, nearly hitting the town's hospital and tragically killing 4 different people: Michael Jensen, Lee Williamson, and Dean and Pamela Wiggins.
So, rest in peace to all 4 people here that were sadly taken away by the tornado up in the corner there.
In less than a minute, the town of Greenfield, Iowa is changed forever, and the record for the strongest winds ever measured on Earth is broken. The tornado continues a few miles past town before fully roping out, but the day is far from over. The storm complex produces another tornado directly over where the Dow is positioned, tracking for 15 miles northeast of town. The complex produces another, even longer track tornado north of Des Moines, which nearly kills an oblivious trucker.
That's like, oh. Tornado was like
10
right
minutes
there, too.
after the tornado hit town, I make my way into Greenfield, and what I witness is hard to believe. Yeah, Greenfield was hit.
Damn, dude. That sucks.
There's just too many steps to find a
And why do
therapist.
you
It
decide
takes
to go in
5
the worst
minutes.
place
They're
in
probably all
imaginable?
booked. Meet a great one
Come on.
tomorrow. Can't. I'm walking my
on.
sister's dog. Stop. You need therapy. Yeah.
With Rula, getting help is easier than
I
talking
don't
yourself
care
out
about
of it.
Rula. How about go rule yourself out?
Titleist aim.
That sucks.
Wow. This is craziness.
Totally destroyed the.
Really, really bad. At this point, I knew the damage in Greenfield was bad, but I didn't know how bad. Wanting to document the historic event, I launch my drone, and what I see puts a pit in my stomach. This is by far the worst tornado damage I have ever seen. This type of damage is extremely rare and consistent with only the highest end tornadoes. Little did I know, the strongest winds ever measured on Earth had gone through this area just 20 minutes earlier. In the months following, the National Weather Service conducted their official survey, ultimately rating this tornado as an EF4 with peak winds of 185 miles per hour, which might seem a bit confusing because
Excuse me, what? What?
the Doppler radar measured winds up to 318 miles per hour, which is a huge difference. To understand this, you must understand how the National Weather Service rates tornadoes. The ratings are strictly based on the damage done by the tornado, not the Doppler measurement, and the damage found in Greenfield only corresponded with a high-end EF4 tornado. However, the difference between the official 185 mile per hour rating and the Doppler measurement of 318 miles per hour seems like it's too much. Something else has to be going on. The disconnect between the measured winds and damage was discussed by Dr. Kasaiba and Dr. Werman, the researchers leading the Dow team, and they've pointed out two possibilities. It could have been due to the small size and quick forward speed of the tornado. The enhanced Fujita scale is calibrated on sustained wind damage, which is not what happened here. I made this animation to show the relative size and forward speed of the Greenfield tornado as it went through town, and it shows just how fast it happened. Every home that was impacted experienced tornadic winds for less than 2 seconds. So essentially, this tornado was an extreme gust of wind. Not exactly sustained winds or how the EF scale wind speeds are calibrated. The other theory is that the structures disrupt the wind current, slowing the winds at the surface. And the truth is probably a combination of both. This also shows some of the cracks in the EF scale. Damage might not always correspond to the exact wind speeds within a tornado. Regardless of the official rating, it doesn't change the fact that this historic meteorological event occurred in the middle of a small town in Iowa, injuring 35 and taking the lives of 5 people. In the days and weeks following, the surrounding communities would come together to help rebuild Greenfield. I would also visit the town about a month after the tornado, and one of the things I noticed were all the corn stalks growing throughout the damage path. The tornado had actually carried seeds into town, and the heavy rain had germinated those seeds. A strange 1 in a million set of circumstances.
Once again, just rest in peace to the people that sadly lost their lives because of that absolute monster of a tornado there. You gotta send all the love that you can to their families and such. Nothing else that I can really say about that. But looking through the end bit there, we're about right there.
event occurred in the middle of a small town in Iowa, injuring 35 and taking the lives of 5 people. In the days and weeks following, the surrounding communities would come together to help rebuild Greenfield. I would also visit the town about a month after the tornado.
Look at that
and
damage there and everything. But I give nothing but support to the survivors of this tornado that had their houses and everything just destroyed. So that's gonna be it for this reaction. Beautiful video by High Risk Chris. Also, my voice has sounded weird, other than just the general bad quality of my mic. I just don't know, but make sure to check out the video yourself and give your support. And make sure to watch these other videos that you can find in the description here. I'm just gonna click on them so that you guys can also check them out. These were the videos used. So, the creator Young Weather and his video Red Oak, Iowa EF1 tornado. Make sure to check that one out, and of course I can't go back to look at the others. So, well, that's gonna be it. So, hope everyone has a nice day. And okay, that's a long recording time. So, I'm just gonna hope that everyone has a nice day, and, bye, and considering checking out that new series thing that I haven't made a name up for it yet, and I haven't made a name up for it yet. It's gonna be in the playlist called Season 1. Make sure to check it out. My other content, I don't really care if you check it out or not. That stuff I don't even really care about. And this is gonna be my longest video by about like 17 minutes, because everything else has been like 15 minutes max. So, bye everyone, and have a great day. Like seventh time I've said it, but still. No, I keep misclicking it. And 3, 2, 1, end the video.